What is transforming within you this winter with the power of the water element? Welcome to Tree Gong Wisdom Council. I am your host, Keira Lani, bringing through deep wisdom and collective consciousness practices, ancient self-healing arts to unify our global community on their soul healing purpose. And I have an amazing guest for you today, a beautiful oak tree. But before I introduce you to my guest, I wanted to share with you the view that my guest gets to enjoy. This is Immigrant Lake in Ashland, Oregon. As you can see by the level of dryness before the greenery, this lake has historically been much fuller of water than it is right now. And I'd like to just bring your awareness back to you for a moment and drop into what does it feel like when your water element is low, when the water is stagnant, or you're feeling dry and arid, parched, and like maybe your inner reserves are low. This is beautiful country, even with the low water levels. And we can live pretty awesome, vibrant lives without having our inner reserves fully stoked. And so just take a moment to recognize any part of you, maybe your skin is a little bit dry, any part of you that is not feeling fully hydrated and rich with water. Let's drop in with the water element before I bring my beautiful serpentine oak tree guest on for you. I'm just going to look at one thing here. Um, and if you're watching us live or on the replay, be sure to share this video and drop in with all of the amazing shows on the Enlightened World Network family of channels. It is such an honor to be here with you today, and I'd just like to set the stage for our show with a little water blessing. And so this somewhat dry lake is right in my backyard here in Southern Oregon. And I'm going to offer this water blessing to all places on the planet that need some water. The river that is the border between the United States and Mexico, a good part of that border is the Rio Grande or Rio Grande, and that river is dry. The water is being used faster than it is being replenished. And so let's offer a prayer of replenishing the waters of the world. So if you have a glass of water to hold in your hands, it always helps activate the prayer when we can hold water in the hands and really focus on the qualities of water. The fluid nature of water that forms to the shape of the land or the shape of the vessel that it's held in. The water that flows through our bodies, bringing life to all beings, to the people, the trees, the insects, the fish and whales, the birds and mammals, the worms and the snakes and lizards, turtles, all life is, all life on earth is grounded in water, and the planet itself is alive. The planet itself is full of water flowing through rivers and lakes, just as it flows through our veins and organs and cellular structures. So let's take a moment to focus our love and replenishing thoughts of replenishing renewal, transformation of suffering into overflowing abundance, replenishing of the waters of the world, visualizing the lakes filling up with a steady downpour of rain, streams and rivers flowing to capacity and being held by strong banks, replenishing the waters of the oceans, clearing out pollutions and toxins. Let's take 3 breaths in silence, visualizing the sound of water. Actually, I'm being called to ring one of these gongs behind me. I know you can't see them. Visualizing the sound of water, of the storm coming, the rain falling down, drenching the earth, soaking in, filling up the lakes and rivers just perfectly to capacity and flowing down to nourish and nurture the lands. Oh, and so it is. Welcome to the show. That was a little bit of a longer introduction, but we needed it. Take a drink of water and feel that healing nourishment. Drink it in to every cell, every molecule of your being. And without further ado, I would love to introduce to you. Oh, before we leave this picture, I totally forgot. No, I just remembered to show you. In the lake, there is a little island, and on that little island is a heron. And so just take a moment to imagine this big, beautiful bird. It's probably 3 to 4 feet tall, sitting down on that island, taking in the beautiful day. The heron wades deep and juggles all of life's possibilities, sometimes letting a ball drop because she is going to go down to gather all the pieces and bring them to the surface. So inviting in that heron energy today. And now, here we go. Now you can see why I call this tree the serpentine oak. Let me fade into the background a little bit here. So it's like I'm wearing a crown. So tuning into this spiraling, winding, curving structure and the way that the sunlight shines through the branches. Take a moment to drop into the fluid nature of your body. And I invite you to begin to move, recognizing how as this tree grew, it was spiraling. So rolling one shoulder and then the other, swaying gently side to side. And let your arms begin to sway in a serpentine motion, mirroring this tree. Follow organically and find tight places at the back of your heart. Breathing into them. Now, through this movement, we begin to come in connection with the tree. So now make the movement small and subtle, internalizing the serpentine movements into the spine. Just little sways forward and back, side to side, spiraling from the hips, beginning to feel this serpentine rising up through the crown of the head. And now drop into the breath, tuning in to this spiraling serpentine energy, moving in a similar fluid nature to water. Feeling the watery serpentine nature spiraling through you, awakening deep within you what is ready to emerge into the light. And as this awakening, this inner awakening occurs, the outer layers that are getting in the way of clear vision begin to naturally shed. The snake doesn't just drop its skin, however. The snake must wriggle that loose skin free. So go ahead and move your body again, wriggling loose what is ready to be released so that the transformation that has been happening within can emerge fresh, clear, renewed. Reach up overhead as if reaching for the infinite, and then receive it with your exhale, showering it down upon you. And tuning into the patterns that the water element has carried through your bloodlines and generations. Take a moment to recognize and honor any trauma patterns or patterns of suffering that your bloodlines may have carried through to your birth and perhaps even through your lifetime. Honoring these patterns for the strength and wisdom that they have brought, release them as that snake skin that we are slithering free of, creating a new pattern of peaceful, conscious wisdom, moving from love and never from fear. Now calling in the pure light of wisdom, of divine intelligence, and any sticky, stagnant water element, any fear vibrations or trauma patterns that are not so easily released. Call in the wisdom of the divine intelligence into that place. Notice where you feel it in your body and just wiggle that part of yourself. As if wiggling that stickiness free, bringing in fresh, healing blood, lymph, water element. Take some deeper breaths, taking a little wing motion under the arms, as if the phoenix rising from the ashes, the dragon taking flight when the snake grows wings and takes flight into the heavens. Take some deep, slow breaths and integrate the healing into your cellular structure. Take another sip of water. And I'm going to take us a step back from the serpentine oak so we can drop in a little more deeply. Let's see, I think that one, no, that one. Let's try that. This isn't quite showing what I was hoping it would. Let's go with this one. I don't know, that's almost the same view. Oh well. Let's take a moment to drop in directly, bringing my awareness back into this location, bringing your awareness into connection with the texture, the feeling, the unique intelligence within this beautiful ancient oak tree. Softening your gaze, gaze into the spaces between the branches. Breathe into the spaces between the branches of this tree. Or if you have a tree that's next to you, you can also use that tree, gazing into the spaces between each little branch, the shapes between the shapes. And then welcome the breath into the space within you, recognizing the space within the tree is the same as the space within you. Listen to the subtle vibration of communication between the vibration of the space in the tree and the space within you, attuning your subtle awareness to the wisdom of this tree. What message would like to come through for you and me? I'm hearing, look with one eye, the clear one that sees from within. Open your eyes inside, turn the light around, witness the truth. You are the key. Just going to take a moment, 3 breaths in silence, so you can tune in and receive any wisdom that wants to come through directly for you. Thank you for joining me today for more great tips and tools and offerings to bring you in deeper connection with your soul purpose and bring your unique gifts to the surface, please reach out to me. You can find me at practiceselflove.com, and be sure to tune in to all of the amazing offerings right here on Enlightened World Network family of channels. And I will see you again every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on EWN One with the Earth and Enlightened Living. Thank you so much. Oh, this tree behind me that is with me today is just sending waves and waves and waves of love and light, enlightenment your way. So drink it in. You deserve all the love in the world.